Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. So guys, today onwards, I'm going to start one very important series in Java, that is Java Collection Framework series. It will be a long series because a lot of things we have to cover. And this time I'm planning to cover each and everything about Java Collection. This chapter is very, very important for interview point of view. Either you are an experienced person or a fresher, that doesn't matter. Or if you are in college and you're preparing for your college placement also, very, very important chapter. So it will help you a lot to learn data structure and algorithm also later on. If you really want to understand what is time complexity, what is algorithms, what are different data structures, sorting algorithms and all those things. And if you really want to solve some really good questions on data structures and algorithm, Java collections plays a very important role over here. Okay, so if you know Java and if you really want to become expert in core Java, Java collection framework is very, very important to know. Okay, but there are different things how to explain at the time of interview, how to learn Java framework, collection framework properly. Let's talk about it today. So guys, what is the meaning of Java collection framework? Java collection framework provides a lot of interfaces, a lot of classes which are already inbuilt under JDK package under Java, and they provide various data structure implementation and already inbuilt algorithms also they will give it to you. So we don't need to write those data structure and algorithm mechanism again and again. Let's say I really want to sort the data, I really want to iterate the data, so for that I don't want to write the program for that, I don't want to write the logic for that. I simply use these interfaces and the classes and the methods and the implementation. I simply use it and solve my query and solve my purpose and the use case quickly. Let's say I want to store the data in the form of order base. So in that case, or dynamic data. In that case, I'll go for array list. Let's say I want to store my data in the form of key and value pair format. In that case, I'll go with the map interfaces or hash map like that. So there is a specific hierarchy, guys, that we have to understand. What are different interfaces and the collections are available in this particular Java collection package. Okay. Now, the first thing is that we have to understand the first interface, which is the top interface, that is called collection. So this rectangle means I'm going to create as a interface. So this is the interface. The name of the interface is that, remember this guys, the top interface name is the collection interface. So I'll write collection over here. Fine. Under this particular collection interface, we have three sub interfaces are available. So I would write this is the first one, second one, and let's see the third one. Okay, so the first one is I'm going to create, that is the set interface. The second one is that I'm going to write the list interface, and the third one is the Q1 interface. So I'm going to cover the most important one. 100% people will ask you these kind of questions at a time of interview, and these three interfaces, they are extending this particular interface. It means they are the child of collection interface. Remember this thing, right? So it's implement collection to collection mapping. It means they are extending a collection interface as a parent interface over here. Now then we talk about under set, we have other classes are available. So I'm going to create classes with circle like that. So class number 1, class number 2, and the class number 3. So these classes I quickly write. So my first class is hash set over here, and the second class is a linked hash set. So I'll write it over here. It's a big name, linked hash set. And the third one is the tree set. Okay, so let me write it over here, tree set over here. So hash set is directly implementing set interface, and the linked hash set also is directly implementing set interface. But between tree set and the set interface, there is one more interface, guys. So let me create one more interface over here, that is called sorted test. So remember this thing, this is sorted set. And now this particular class is actually implementing this sorted set interface, and this interface is extending set interface. So remember, whenever there is a parent interface set and this is the child interface, we have to use extends keyword. But whenever there is a class is the child of a parent interface, in that case we have to use implements keyword. So this is implementing and this is extending. Remember this thing. So for your reference, let me just simple write, this is called implementing I, and this is called extending X over here. Class to class, parent and child, that is also called extends keyword, and this is implements keyword. Remember this thing. Then let's talk about the list interface. So under this particular list interface, we have actually three important classes are available. So let me quickly write. So we have class will be with circle. So at a time of interview, you can explain like this with the same diagram. You can explain. So let's see, we have one array list, then we have the vector, and then we have linked list. So let me quickly write these names. So array list, we know that very popular. We always use for dynamic arrays, for dynamic collections. In that case, we will be using array list, and then the second one is the vector, which is like quite old collection. And then we have the linked list, that is also quite famous to provide a doubly linked list and to store the data on the basis of node and value. So this is a linked list. So don't worry, we will cover each and every topic individually. Today I'm just going to give you the overview, the pictorial view of all these collections, interfaces, and the respective classes. Then this array list, all these subclasses, they are implementing list interface over here. Okay, so linked list is also implementing this, but linked list is, remember one thing guys, is also implementing queue interface. So this is the interview question people might ask you, that linked list is implementing list as well as queue. Okay, because it gives the implementation for the queue also. And then we have another class for queue. Let me create another class that is called priority queue. So remember this thing, this is priority queue. Okay, so priority queue is also available, which is implementing queue interface. Simple like that. So this is the main thing that you have to understand. So collection is the main interface, having three sub interfaces: set, list, and queue. Set is having three classes. Tree set is implementing sorted set. So set is the grandparent of tree set class. And then we have array list, vector, and linked list implementing list interface. And then linked list is also implementing queue. And then we have priority queue, which is implementing queue interface, like that. Okay, so this is the part of collection interface, guys. Okay, we have another interface that is called map interface. So that is different from this hierarchy. It's not map is not coming from the collection family. Okay, not from this particular interface family. We have a different family over here that is called map. Okay, this is again one interface is available. So I'll quickly write map interface. This is also an interface which store the data in the form of key and value pair format. So how to store the data, how to write the code, all those things guys, we will do it later, not now. And then remember one thing, there are four classes that you have to understand: class number 1, class number 2, class number 3, and then class number 4. The four classes are available. They provide the implementation of map interface with different features. So let me quickly write their name. The first name is that, remember, hash table. Okay, hash table. Then we have linked hash map. I'll quickly write it over here like. And then we have very popular, that is hash map. You must have already heard about it. Store the data in the form of key and value pair format. And then we will see what is the difference between hash map and the hash table in terms of synchronization, in terms of thread safety, in terms of null values and the null key. Very popular question, difference between hash table and hash map. And then we have one more class which is called tree map. Now all these three classes, first three classes, are implementing directly with map interface. So linked hash map is also implementing, hash map also implementing map interface. But again, between these two guys, tree map and map, there is one more interface that is called sorted map. So remember this thing, this is sorted map. That's why whatever the data that we are storing inside a tree map, the data will be stored in the form of sorted order. Very popular for sorting point of view. We can use this particular map over here. So this is sorted map. So if you know the proper definition, you can easily learn, guys. You can easily solve multiple problems over here. So sorted map is also an interface, and this tree map is actually doing what? Implementing this guy, and sorted map is extending this guy. So yeah. So if we quickly write that which one is extending what? This is also extending, so I would write extending. So you have to explain same thing at a time of interview. List is also extending this guy, collection interface. And these three classes, okay, these three classes they are implementing. So I will write I over here. This is also implementing I, and I'll write this is X over here. This is extending because um, this is what? This is extending. This is interface to interface relationship. Then again, this is I would say this is again I implementation, and this is again I means implements. Linked list is implementing queue interface, and priority queue is implementing queue interface over here like that. Perfect. And then hash table is also implementing a map interface. This is also implementing map interface. Hash map is also implementing map interface. Sorted map is actually extending map interface, and tree map is actually implementing sorted map over here. Now, other than that, you need to understand one more, I would say, class. Simple, right? Let's see, one object class is also there. So I'll quickly write, let's see, and we will talk about two more classes, that is arrays and collection. So we know that, okay, object is a super class of all the classes in Java, but under that we have two classes, I would say. So object is a class. So let me do one thing. Let me create a circle over here. So we will talk about one more class, that is object class. And under this particular object class, guys, we have two more classes. So let me quickly write for you guys. So one is for object, and then we will talk about arrays also. So arrays is a separate class which is available in Java. And then we have one more class that is called collections class, right? Collections class. And then they are extending this particular object class over here as a, okay, they are the two child classes available under object class. Now the question is, what is Java collection framework, guys? This entire diagram that you see, this entire family, collection and the map, they are called, they combine them together. If you combine them together, that is called Java collection framework. So don't be confused between what is Java collection framework and the collection interface. Collection, technically point of view, Java point of view, collection is just an interface over here, right? And map is a separate interface. So some people, they do mistake when they talk about that, okay, no, collection is a collection framework. No, this entire thing is a collection framework, which is, they provide a lot of interfaces and their respective implemented classes, and the respective extended interfaces are available. So they provide certain features, certain algorithms, and certain data structures to solve some problems, to store the data on the basis of a specific data structure and the algorithms, right? So this entire stuff is called collection framework, that you need to understand. And this is called, this entire diagram is called what? If someone is asking you how will you explain the Java collection framework hierarchy, so this is called Java collection framework hierarchy over here like that. Let's quickly talk about one by one that, let's pick this list interface. So remember this thing, guys, when we are talking about the list interface, list is an order based. So I'll write some basic notes, okay, for you guys. So let's talk about the first list interface over here. So let me quickly write it over here. Let's see, this is for list. Remember one thing, that list means it's order based collection. So I would write an order based collection. Okay. It means it maintains the indexing. So I would say index based also, you can say that index based collection, right? For example, array list, for example, linked list, like that. Okay. And it provides the dynamic implementation for the arrays. So I would say these are dynamic arrays also. So we have two types of array. One is a static array where the size is fixed. Second one is a dynamic array where size will be increased automatically, and when we have the small number of data, then the size will be decreased automatically. So this is the list. Okay, we will talk more and more list, each and every example we will see in upcoming chapters, don't worry about that. Now second one is the set interface. What is the set implementation from the set family? What exactly these people they do? Set family, they does couple of things. First of all, they different sets similar to the set in mathematics. And remember one thing, it cannot have duplicate values or duplicate elements. Remember a set in mathematics in our school time, same thing over here, that it cannot have duplicate elements over here. Okay, this is the main property of. Then let's talk about the queue. Queue means this one. is also coming from the collection family. This is again interface when we want to store and access the elements in first out order. Simple. Q means FIFO. First in, first out order. In that case, we will be using okay Q interfaces. Okay. So some string based question also can be solved by using Q like that. And then yeah, there are specific use cases we will talk about later, the implementation and different examples, how to write the code with Q and everything. We will see it later. Then you back to this map interface. As I told you that map is what is again interface and which will help you to store the data in the form of key and values pair format. So I would write stores data into key and value pair format. Okay guys, key and value pair format, which is very important to know. Just like we have a hash map, we have hash table, and then we have linked hash map, then we have concurrent hash map also, and then tree map also for the sorted map. We can simply do that. Okay, then other than that guys, we have to understand one more concept that is called iterator. Iterator means to iterate, okay, to iterate the elements from a collection. Now this collection could be anything. This collection could be a list also, a map also, a set also. So whatever the element that you see and you really want to, let's see from the set object or let's see from the map object, which is not an order base. Set does not store the data on the basis of indexing. So you cannot use a typical for loop. In that case, I have to apply an iterator over there. You can apply iterator on list also. So iterator, remember one thing, this is another interface which provides the methods that can be used to access the elements of a particular collection. Different advantages why we are using collections guys. Okay, it's very important. People might ask you at time of interview that why we are using, we should know, right? So I would say that advantages, the first point is that first of all it reduces your programming effort. We don't need to write the same code again and again. Let's see, if I say that I want to use array list, I want to use a dynamic array, so in that case I can directly use that. I just need to create the object of array list. I want to store the data, let's see, in the form of set objects, so I can just use any of this particular set. Okay, I can use it over here. I can use hash set, I can use tree set on the basis of my requirement, right? But I'm not going to create one more array list class and implementing all the methods and creating the method implementation for all the array list and vector. No, these classes are already available and I just need to use them and that's it. So that's why we can reduce the programming effort. We don't need to write that particular classes and those interfaces and the methods. Okay, I just need to use them, that's it. Provides, first of all, very important concept over here, that provides inbuilt methods and classes which I can use according to my use cases. So just because of this, what will happen, the performance, it will be optimized. Okay, they are highly improved performance collections are there because it's already written, already tested, and then my code will be more and more optimized and highly perform. Okay, I would say highly performance. What else other than that, definitely if you are writing the code and you're using these kind of utilities and these are the different collections you're using it, definitely you will increase your productivity. So development team definitely will increase the productivity, right? It will reduce the operational time also. Operational time, let's see, two systems, they can interact with each other if they are passing the collection from one system to another function. So I would say interoperability, they provide this particular feature also. Let's see, two systems, they really want to interact in the form of APIs. I can give you, let's see, I'm returning you one hash map. You can collect the same hash map and use it for your purpose. So with the help of a collection, I can simply do that. That is another advantage with collections. Okay, so remember, these are the important points. First of all, that there are some common methods also guys that you have to understand. We will be using these common methods in our upcoming chapters. So quickly I'll write it over here for you guys that okay, so we have some common methods which will return. Let's see, we have add method, we have add all method in collection. Okay, these are the common methods are available in collection framework. Then we have a remove method, then we have remove all method which is available. Then if you, very common method, we will be using size method to get the size of the collection, that how many elements are there. Then if you really want to clear the collection, we can use clear method. We will be using this. And then we will be using contains function also. That is also there. Okay, contains and then contains all. Contains all function is also there. So remove, and then we will talk about, let's see, retain and retain all. So these are the 10 important methods. Okay, other than that, we have other methods also, but these are the 10 important methods we will be seeing, okay, in collection. So these are the very common method that every time you have to use it to add the method, to add the element, to remove the element, to get the size, to clear the collection. Where I really want to check that, okay, in my hash map that contains that particular element contains or not, right? So we will do all these we will see all these methods with proper examples. Other than that, one last topic over here, that what are different common exceptions, right guys? Common exceptions that you will be getting it. So common exceptions in collections. So okay, first of all, that null pointer exception, which is like everywhere whenever your object is null. So, and having null reference or having no reference, and then a reference is pointing to a null, in that case you will be getting the null pointer exception. You might get class cast exception also, which is also common whenever you are trying to convert a downcasting over there. In that case you will be doing getting a class cast exception. And then we will be having illegal argument exception. If you are okay, that is also common exception. So we will take a couple of exception examples. People might ask you what are different exceptions you will be seeing, because these are the very common questions you will be seeing in your collection framework. Tell me 4 or 5 different exception names. So illegal argument exception, whenever you are invalid argument that you are going to pass, in that case you will be getting illegal argument exception. Then we have illegal state exception also. Other than that, you can have unsupported operation exception also. That is also quite common. Unsupported operation. Okay. So you will get this particular message, this particular exception when you have, let's see, it will come when collection cannot be modified. I cannot modify that particular collection. In that case, you will be getting unsupported operation exception. So remember these 3 + 2, 5 exceptions in collection framework. Okay, so these are the 4 important points, different features, advantages, common methods, common exceptions, along with, okay, this particular hierarchy. Okay, guys, that's all for today. That's all for this particular chapter. And in the next upcoming videos, we will be talking about each and every method, each and every classes, variables. So that's all for today, guys. So in the next upcoming videos, we will be seeing different classes, their implementation, and different example, different use cases. We'll be seeing that. But please remember this hierarchy. Take a printout, and then please practice this particular hierarchy diagram. Exactly same thing you have to explain at the time of interview. So thank you so much, guys. Thanks for watching this particular video. If you have any questions, please put your question in the comment section, and please like, subscribe, and share this particular video. It will be really useful for your interview point of view. Thank you so much, guys.